You must have most likely come across these pictures where Lagos State government posted on their Instagram page asking developers within Lekki-Epe Expressway, Ibeju Lekki, and Epe to come and start obtaining the relevant approvals from the right authorities. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about three major things. The first one is, why is Lagos is moving around, marking these estates and causing this proposed demolition? Second thing is, how are these developers, how are they responding to this issue on ground? And third thing is, what should you and I as investors in these estates do to protect ourselves right now to avoid loss of our investments in these assets? My name is Adekunle Adekunle. I'm the lead consultant at World Homes and Properties. What we'll do here is that we guide and also share with you the best real estate investment offer I can take advantage of here in Lagos, Nigeria. So on the 20th of April 2024, that was when Lagos State made that post on Instagram. They must have probably gone around, maybe that Zimbabwe on the 16th, 17th, 18th, go around and then made that post on the official social media page on the 20th. And then the reason why they did this is the fact that just understand that in Lagos State, there are different bodies that are involved in the real estate sector. To obtain your CofO, you have the Ministry of Lands. To get building approval, you have that's Lagos State Physical Planning Authority. You have Lagos State Building Control Agencies. You have so many bodies like that. So different permits, different bodies, different permit, different bodies. And you might feel like, let me give you an instance. One of those estates along Lekki-Epe Expressway that was marked, developers actually paid over $500 million on the phase one and the phase two to just get the COO title from Ministry of Lands. Now, that same estate was marked. Why? Because it was the Lagos State Physical Planning Authority that went around to go and map those estates, saying that they did not obtain some permits. I'm talking about those permits now. So one of those permits was not obtained. They call it fencing permits. So now, you've paid Ministry of Lands for your COO. You are seen to go and meet Lagos Physical Planning Authority to get permits. That's planning permits for your estate, fencing permits. You also go and meet LABSCA to get before. So those bodies are just the way they are like that, literally. So now, first of all, there are three major permits that this Lagos Physical Planning Authority is asking developers, owners of estates, investors in the page come and obtain from them, so that they will not map their estates or they will not bring their perimeter fencing down. The first one is fencing permits. Now, you might be like, so what's fencing permits? Now, as a personal landowner in Epe, or as someone that owns an estate in Epe, before you can build your fence, you have to go and meet Lagos Physical Planning Authority and then obtain a fencing permit from their hand. It might not make sense. What does perimeter fencing has to do? It's just, to me, it's sort of generating revenue to the Lagos State government. So all those fence perimeter, all those fences that I saw that was mapped, all those pictures were seen that I seen on the screen, all of them, all those fences just for perimeter fencing permits. That's the first one. Second permit I'm going to obtain is, they call it building approval for individuals. Like for instance, now if I own, let's say, an acre of land in Epe, or let's say 2 plots of land in Epe, it's not within an estate now. If I can, I'm just going to collect building approval. But for large hectares of land, like don't let me mention any company or any estate name, to avoid being dragged, those kind of things. So for estates, they're meant to obtain planning permits. Now, how do they obtain planning permits? So for those of us that are investing in these estates in Epe, at times developers tell, especially the one along Lekki-Epe Expressway, they'll tell us, oh, you can only build high rises in this particular part of the estate. You can only build bungalow here. You can only build a terrace duplex here. So what they do is that for companies to obtain planning permits in their estates, now they will have to just have a design specification of what they want to build on the estate. They now go to land bureau and say, okay, Lagos Physical Planning Authority will come. They go to Alausa. they now submit that design to them and they now approve it. Now, the reason why most developers don't do this, most developers, the reason they get is CofO or get their land title perfected. That's as Ministry of Lands. Most people don't go to this LSPPA, LabSCA, and the other authorities like that because the fact that, okay, for instance, planning permits. Imagine a land in Igbonla, Igbodu, Igboye. These places are just they are just opening up in the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. People are not able to there. The Lagos State they come and obtain planning permits now. So even though they design as you can build a terrace, you can build a bungalow here. In the next 15 years, it might still change. Developers feel like, why should we go be paying for this now? But the Lagos State Planning Authority saying that it's none of our business. Come and obtain the permits now, or we'll mark it as demolition, this kind of thing. So that's the reason for that. The third document that last part is asking of is the layout approval. Now, let me explain how the layout approval works. For somewhere like Abuja, developers, what they do is that whenever they buy their estates, large hectares of lands, 10 hectares, 20 hectares, 50 hectares, they can get a register survey on each of those plots. Now, after getting the register survey, they now can register the title in the company's name. Because to get layout approval, you have to present the survey and then the beacon number before you can get the layout approval. But something like Epe, most of these developers are just, some of them are just using it to just start their first development projects, second development project, and even the ones that are even very, very big. So what they do most time is that when they are fully sold out, then they can get a register survey for each of those clients, Mr. Ogunlowo, Mrs. Okonkon, Mr. A, Mrs. B. They can get register survey for each of those clients. Now, after they've gotten each client's register survey, you now can get a beacon number because to get your letter approval, as I said earlier on, you need your beacon number. So after you go register survey for each client, most times they don't get professional survey, you get register survey. So register survey in each client's name, they get the beacon number, they can now get a letter approval for the layout of the estate. So those are the documents that so all what you are seeing, the post on Lagos government official IG page. So what Lagos government was, what last part, that's Lagos State Physical Planning Authority, what they want that you come and obtain these documents from their hand. So that's the reason why your estate was marked. So not something you should be worried about on this, because since that the government needs to generate revenue. So Ministry of Lands has generated their own revenue with land title. Now, last part is going to be using perimeter fencing, going to be using building approval, going to be using planning permits, going to be using layout approval, generate their own revenue so as well. Because you might feel like, it's Lagos State. It's Lagos State, but there are different bodies report to different bosses in the states. So that now the Ministry of Land says that this is our own revenue. Last part will say that this is our own revenue. So the board has to give their master feedback. The board has to report to Caesar back. So that's just how all that is working literally. And then if your land does not have any form of acquisition issues, you should not be worried about all them these things. They are just that developers, the council just the owners of the data, the investors in the estate, and the work, so they just go and resolve it as land periods. Something that you should be worried about like that. So now, how are developers responding? You can see this post on the screen. That's Redan is Real Estate Developer Association of Nigeria. So the Lagos State chapter, they release this updates and this flyer, this info that's going around that they should not worry that developers in their sector that should be calm, that they will go and meet the Lagos State government, they will be missing with them, and they will sort everything out. That was Redan is responding. So developers are also making the moves to calm everything down and then respond positively to the situation on ground. Now, you as an investor in this estate, what should you do? So you and I have our own plot of land in this estate, what should you be doing right now? So let me give you what happened. For one of those estates that were invested in one of Epe. So what developer did is as all the investors and the realtors, they had a meeting and they were like, okay, well, these are our lands along the Epe Expressway. So what we're going to be doing, they had to have that, okay, we don't have a sure ways on this estate as along the expressway. So they had a meeting, they had a fixed price for the show. In case you have an estate in Epe and then you want to know how much it costs to get your show, you can just reach out to me. Because reach out to me on the number shown on the screen. So it was like, okay, we have to perfect our show, we'll get our letter approval. So you had a meeting with the investors, and they just understand that most of the lands they are buying in Epe, if it does not have a shovel, developers will not do survey for you. Any land that's that they say shovel in view, shovel this, you are going to do your survey by yourself, take it or you leave it. After watching this video, if you have any survey, you can ask them, will you do survey for me or not? They will tell that CofO fee will be cost covered by you. They are just buying land in Lekki. You are buying inside the estate. So it's not developer that will do survey for you. You are paying 3M for a land, 5M for a land, even 7M for a land, and then you also have to pay for register survey. So you are paying around 1.5M for register survey. So all those fees you are paying does not come for CofO. Just accept that. Don't let me divert to that, because that's another topic entirely on its own. So as I was saying, he had a meeting with every investor in the estate, so does that so and so cost will be covered for the CofO, and we all agreed, and then that's that about the estate. So reach out to your developers, anything invested in, reach out to your realtor, your surveyor, your whoever you bought that land through that person, and I think that's okay. What should we be doing? What's our estate? Because we've seen there is that this estate that they posted, Instagram only allowed 10 posts, so they must have marked several. They just picked the most popular estates that will get investors' attention. So which are saying that okay, this is our estates in the Ekpe. Do we have this fencing permit? Do we have this layout approval? Do we have this building plan approval? Do we have the layout? You just reach out and ask them what approval do we have, and then what should we be doing with regards to our CofO. Ask. So even though you don't have money for CofO now, have this money that you're going to be acquired for your CofO. Ask how much you can. That's if the estate is doing so for all the clients. Ask how much it costs, and then you shall start progressing and then paying those fees to avoid future devaluations. But in summary, all what was asking for is just generates revenue. It's nothing like demolition or government acquisition lands or demolition this estate. Just come and pay some fees, start some bills, and that's all literally. So that will be all for this video. My name is Adekunle. If you have any further questions, you want to make investments in Ekpe, you don't know how to go about it, you're confused in this guidance, or you want to get your CofO for real estate or lands in Ekpe, you can always reach out to me. We also work with, I can always help you get this done. My name is Adekunle, and see you on the next episode. Bye for now. Cheers, you guys.